Please sit down.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So, it started, if I can say, if I were to use a model that someone had approached me, one of you. Somebody has come and say, I've heard that you are able to guide beings into that direct experience of the self, and not just merely a fleeting experience, but something very deep and profound. And I myself would love to undertake this challenge or this invitation to look into my true nature. Please, can you help me? And I say, okay, from the space, or let's say the room of my own being, I invite you, okay, let's see, I cannot guarantee that you will come to that seeing, but let's take a look together. Please come in. But before you do, I said yesterday, please remove your shoes, leave your shoes outside. And one more thing, I say, please also leave your mind outside. And you say, there's the catch. How can I leave my mind outside? That's the problem. And I say, well, it's not such a big deal. What I simply mean by leaving your mind outside, I simply mean, let's not talk about the past or future, or even the sense of the present moment. Let's not talk about these things. And I'll ask you also to not bring up, speak from memory or any desire about what you would like to have in your life. Even the venerated state of enlightenment, please just leave it aside, leave everything aside, and just try to be totally empty of concepts. Just leave everything now. And even I won't ask you to imagine anything or to visualize anything at all. So no creative thinking. So don't worry, you cannot fail what I'm asking. Continuing like this. Leave aside also any expectations, any favorite concepts you may have about yourself or life. Drop everything. Just for this short duration of this guidance, which will be only a few minutes even. So leave everything aside. I guarantee, I promise that at the end of the guidance, if you want all this stuff back, it will be right here waiting for you. So I'm sure we can just suspend all our thinking and the thoughts and feelings and judgments and, imagination and fantasies and all these. Just leave everything as though they're just drained away from you right now. And you don't have to imagine that. Simply you have the power just to ignore them for a moment. Leave them aside. And also don't be waiting. Like, okay, now what? Or what next? Simply stay empty. Beyond even the concept of emptiness. Just like this. Now, of course, you are aware that you are still here. But any thoughts or self-assessment, all these I'm asking you just to suspend, so that only the sense, that intuitive sense of existence is here. No past, no future, no descriptions. Okay. So, just let your attention be right where you are. Don't hold on to any self-image at all. And don't imagine anything. Of course, you're aware of your breath, the breath of the body, the feeling and weight of the body, all of that is there, naturally. But you're not carrying anything, not holding anything. I had to ask you to be like this now. So that you, whatever remains, whatever could be an object or thought or memory, all of these you've left aside now. So just totally empty. Pay attention to just what is really here in this, just a sense of being itself. But no history. Be aware of this. You're not creating, not imagining. This space that you are here, can it be touched? Can it be held? And I'd like to have some feedback from you. I'm going to ask you just a few questions about it. You don't need to think about it. Don't engage the mind. So simply let whatever response or answer just flow from you. Whatever is here, this sense of isness, I call it isness, or the what is. Is it an object? No, it's not an object. So it cannot be touched or smelt. Can it? No, just this. Does it have a shape or form? No form. Can it be, say, photographed or captured in some way? No. Beautiful. Can it become afraid or frustrated? Does it have moods? No. Just stay like you are. Don't go off into any sleep state. Just stay just as you are now. Can it be manipulated or tricked in some way? No. Can it be owned or manipulated by any religion or institution or philosophy? At the back, can I hear from you? No. Okay. Can it become sick or depressed? No. Did it come from somewhere? No. Is there any boundary beyond which it is not? Again? No boundary. Does it require belief in order to exist? No, it does not. Does it have a beginning? Can I ask this question? Can this, whatever it is, can it have a beginning? Was it born? No. Here's a good one. Can it die? Wow. How old is it? I asked before, was it born? No. Let's try this one now. How far away from you is it? How much distance between yourself and this? A few inches or a meter? Any distance? No distance. Wow. Let me try and recap. You're saying that this, that is, did you create it? Is it a product of imagination? No. You're saying it is not merely a mood or a feeling. Is it a feeling? No. That it cannot be manipulated. It cannot be possessed by one group and used against another. It cannot be photographed. It is not a form. It's not an object. It cannot be sick. It cannot be frustrated or depressed. It's true you've said this? Okay. That we cannot come to the end of it, say to the edge of it, beyond which it does not exist. And it was not born. It cannot die. Can it fade? For instance, if you were to go to sleep, is there a chance that you could wake up and it's gone, it's disappeared? No. And then I ask also, what distance is there between yourself and this isness? Is there any distance? And you say, no distance. So, if that is the case, that it is distanceless, it's right where you are. And then it means that all your responses and answers are about you. Or have I made a mistake about this? That your responses, if you're answering about this, what is, that's whatever it can be, are true. And that there's no distance between yourself and this. How can that which is formless, which is not an object, be perceived? It can only be, the formlessness can only be perceived and experienced by that which itself is formless. How else can it be perceived? And if it is no distance, it must be the same as your own self. So therefore your response must be flowing from what you are. Let's just take a moment. Could this be true? As far as I could hear, you were not conferring with each other about your answers. You were not looking around to see who would answer first and to join in. If this is indeed true, that your responses are coming from your own self, that it is timeless, unborn, imperishable, formless. That it does not believe, doesn't depend upon belief. If you are discovering this genuinely now, where has it been all this time? Did it suddenly appear today? And how can we reconcile this most profound recognition with our daily self-image, the person we consider ourselves to be? It seems very different. Which is true? Did you do something special to be here? To be discovering this? And you can change your mind if you wish. Is this discovery too much for you to bear? And if it was, who would you be to bear it? Now, I'm aware that this may have a sort of some kind of impact, or it may somehow create a sense of a kind of shock to the mind, but this is quite okay. If this is true, is it merely partially true or fully true? Have your responses dried up? Huh? It is the only thing I've heard now, the only thing that is true. And what is truth? Can truth be true at some given moment, another moment it is untrue? No, it must be consistently, unchangingly the same. Do we know anything in our life, anything that you can perceive or experience, which will stand up to this, that will remain unchanging? And even if an object perceived, or a thought or feeling perceived, were consistently unchanging, our moods also are changing. And that will somehow contribute to the way in which things are experienced. But even our experience unfolding can only be arising and changing within the vastness of the isness. If it is indeed true that this isness, or what is one with your own self, can the isness suffer from any problem? No. And yet we have a strong sense that we are individuals and living our own unique life expressions, very different from each other. Sometimes undergoing very strenuous experiences, challenging, sometimes fears and distortions of perception, anxieties, hopes and aspirations, all of this play in the broad field of the human kingdom of perception. How does that tally up with what you are seeing? Does anybody have a sense that this isness is fading now? I'm coming. Can it be pushed away? Can it be hidden now? No. Let's just take a moment to there's no need to try and figure it out. Simply be with this for a few moments. Can you unsee what you have seen? Huh? No. Does the mind have something to say about it? Now, a question could be asked like, but how is this valuable in daily life? Well, I would say time will tell. If you stay as you are you needing to try and be this? No. Nevertheless, sometimes coming up from, you may say, the mind or somewhere within our being is some reflex to go back to reference this from the perspective of the person. But this is merely another movement amongst innumerable movements that can come. Is the isness troubled by them? And we may rightly ask, like, but how does this contribute to my life?
Becomes your life.
It becomes your life, you see, yes. My encouragement would simply be to let the mind simply marinate in this, whatever this is right now. But don't go into thought much about it. Simply be as you are now. Because from the discovering of this and the reports of those whose life is this, I say, it's very difficult at first to recognize the profundity of what you're discovering. But gradually, it will continue to blossom into full flowering. It's not about you doing this or doing that, but simply paying attention. What is there to pay attention to? Is it a shape or a form? No. It's like resting in your own formlessness. And without waiting, let your life unfold in its natural spontaneity. Because I would say, like this, spontaneously, some waves of illumination will come. Your mind will become much more clear. Each day can become like your best day. Like a fruit that keeps getting sweeter and sweeter, but never becomes oversweet. I'm saying this in front of you to see if you'll prove me wrong, to find out for yourself. Have you ever felt as peaceful and open, as silent as you do now and without effort? You're not a visitor here. This is your true state. It is our natural state. From the mind may come, it may say, but I can't stay like this. I can't stay. How can you stay like this? Well, how are you staying like this now? There's no need to move in any contrived way. Move about in life as compelled by your own nature. And see if this goes away. This has been the one thing that has been missed and perhaps missing, is that for most of our life has been lived at the body-mind level and orientation mostly. Most unstable realms. They are the realm of changefulness. And nothing is wrong with changefulness. But what has been missing is to recognize that which is unchanging. Only by discovering the unchanging can the changing be freed up from the grip of fear and identity. but I don't want to give it away. Leave some space for your discovering. Can you suffer this seeing? So my advice would be, don't talk about it. It's not necessary. Unless talking happens spontaneously out of it. Be with it. Marinate your attention in it, to your heart's delight. What you are directly experiencing is the nature of the Buddha or any awakened being. And everyone are aware of this as their own natural self. How it will manifest in these unique expressions and bodies will be unique, and yet at the same time universally one. So there's no need to be afraid. You're not being turned into some kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, android or whatever. You're not going to be all behaving like business, or something. No one need to know. But your life will become magical, knowing this. When life is lived merely at the personality level, there's few things that feel consistent. We make promises we cannot keep. I am not saying now that in this discovery you will make promises that you will keep. I'm saying that you will continue just in the beauty of this. It is inscrutable, indefinable. And it has been your heart and mind's deepest longing. Now, there is nevertheless a force working within us that keeps trying to divert your attention to trivial things. And we know it very well. In such times, it may appear as though the isness is eclipsed by a stronger fascination. But soon you'll come to see that it's nothing, only clouds passing. Yourself is like the infinite sky, unchanging. Could you be under a state of hypnosis? And how would you know? Well, because hypnosis is also another state. Is the isness a state? Now, we could speak about many things, and people have asked hundreds and hundreds of questions in their pursuit for freedom, search for peace or love or truth, whatever. But today I've not gone into any questions like this. We have cheated. You're experiencing a mind bypass. You're simply being introduced to your own self, your natural state. How are you feeling? Is it missing some fireworks or anything like this? We're good? Very nice. There are beings who have been for many, many years in search of, allegedly, of this. Sometimes the very concepts we hold about truth stand in the way of a truthful discovery. And this is why I asked you to suspend your ideas, even your treasured ones, your favorite concepts for a moment, so that you could be empty enough to see. And as I promised earlier, all that I asked you to leave aside is right here for you to pick right back up if you want. That is your choice, I believe. But my encouragement would be to move with this. You don't need to go searching. It will keep on revealing deeper and deeper insights, intuitive understanding. That becomes irrefutable. So, now what? As the isness itself, standing in harmony with this isness itself. Where are your problems? Postpone for later, maybe? What tends to happen, like there's a kind of reflex that happens where the attention goes back to the familiar ground of personhood, to meet with problems you believe you have and you believe are real. Now, I'm not saying that we are to dismiss anything, but you will meet each situation from the place now of isness. And it will be quite different. And I would love to meet you and have some feedback from you. How is your life unfolding these days? as the psychological mind regained its momentum, and as the isness faded, is it receding? And can such a thing be true? A hand is up at the back, please. Some microphone nearby.